Hey there, welcome back to Limabean Crafting. In today's video, I will be showing you how I made these 3 tables using Dollar Tree products. So let's get to it. To make this craft, you will need 5 of these wire trash baskets, 1 pie pan, 2 pizza pans, about 4 packs of nautical rope, and 1 tube of caulk. So to start, we are going to remove the labels from the pans and set these aside for later. Next, we are going to clean the pans with some rubbing alcohol and then use whatever spray paint you choose. For 2 of my pans, I wanted a chalkboard center, so I used this chalkboard spray paint from Walmart. For my other pizza pan, I used this vintage blush spray paint that I also picked up from Walmart. The next day, after the paint dried, I used the labels that came with the pans to create a shield for the center of the chalkboard pans. I used clear tape to secure these to the pans before painting the rims with the vintage blush spray paint. But in the future, I plan on using magnets to avoid having any of the chalkboard paint peel off. Then I decided to also spray paint 3 of my baskets the same blush color. Once all the spray painting was complete and dry, it was time to decorate and assemble the tables. I hot glued some nautical rope around the circumference of the pizza and pie pans for decoration and to hide the transition from chalkboard to blush paint. If you live in hotter areas, you may want to use a different glue like E6000. Otherwise, you might risk having some of the hot glue melt and mess up your creation. To create the base of the tables, I used 3 Dollar Tree zip ties to secure the bottoms of the baskets to one another. You could always use glue, but I like this method because it will allow me to easily disassemble the table if I need to. After zip tying, I located the center of a pack of nautical rope and glued it to the center of my basket stand. I then proceeded to wrap up and down the rope around the stand until the entire rope was used up. You really only need to glue the rope at the start and end of the wrapping process, so don't feel like you need to glue every single inch of rope. Next, I unwrapped a pack of nautical rope to create 3 separate strands and secured 1 strand on either side of the rope I just glued onto the table base. This creates a little bit more dimension to the decoration than just having all of the rope be the same thickness. Then it was time to glue on the tabletop. First, I flipped the pizza pan upside down and positioned my base so that it was centered. I traced the circumference of my basket on the pizza pan with a Sharpie. I used this as a guide for where I needed to put my glue. I first did a layer of E6000 and then added some hot glue as well. The E6000 glue has a stronger hold than hot glue, but it takes a lot longer to dry, so the hot glue helps hold the basket in place while the E6000 continues to dry. If you don't like the plain look, feel free to add bows, flowers, or any other decoration to make it your own. Now let's move on to the smaller table. I'm trying a new technique here, and I will be using one of my spray painted baskets and some caulk to thinly fill in the gaps. To do this, I took some parchment paper, placed it on the inside of the basket, and wiped on the caulk with my finger. After I covered a good chunk of the basket, I went over the area with a wet paper towel or sponge to clean up the look, wiping in the direction of the wires. This technique took some time to complete, but I think the final result is unique and allows us to store items in this basket without making the items easily visible. It took exactly 1 tube of caulk to cover the entire edge of the basket. As you can see, I cut open my tube to get every last bit out. However, if you are worried you won't have enough, just work from the center out. You can always wrap more nautical rope around the basket like I did to hide any empty areas. I plan on using this smaller basket to store our Dollar Tree chalk and chalk pens. This chalk pen was a new find for me at Dollar Tree. The texture of the pen is similar to lipstick. It's very creamy and came in a variety of colors. It wipes off easy with a wet rag and seems like a pretty cool product in my opinion. I actually went back to the store to get some more. I am really happy with how these tables turned out, and I hope you are too. Let me know which design was your favorite in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and I'll catch you in the next one.